adrenaline, never giving in, giving up's not an option.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world, and certainly across North America. I am so excited to be with all of you this evening. I am Ann Feinstein, and I want to welcome all of you to our North American Leadership Academy. I will be your host this evening, and I am enjoying, loving, and seeing where everybody is calling in from all over the U.S. And I know we have people logging in from Canada and Mexico, and it's exciting to see all of you with us this evening. And if you're here as a guest this evening, I want to say welcome to you. And I want to let you know you can have a chance to ease in and eavesdrop here and listen into how we are doing what we do here at RAIN. You're going to have a chance to hear about our products, about our compensation plan. You're going to hear from some amazing people who have some wonderful stories to share. And you're also going to get a wonderful leadership lesson tonight. And so we're excited to have all of you here with us. And we're going to kick it off tonight with a product segment. And there is no one better than my dear friend, who is an amazing lady. She is running a very, very impressive practice and has a huge organization of wonderful team members and leaders all over the world. She's built a wonderful business here with RAIN. I've learned so much from her. And so I'm going to turn it over to my friend, Laura Weeks. Laura, over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Ann. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And my opportunity tonight is to share some information with you about our product, which is called Vive. Vive is RAIN's micronized seed-enhanced vitamin D product. Now you can look at the screen there and you can see the name VIV, and it has a backwards 3, or it has a 3, and I think of that as a backwards E. So I call this product Vive. The 3 stands for vitamin D3, which is the form of vitamin D that we have in this product Vive. And no surprise, vitamin D3 is the most powerful, the most well-absorbed, the most important form of vitamin D for us to put into our system. But why would RAIN, of all of the different things that they could make products about, why would RAIN choose to make a vitamin D supplement product for us, enhanced with seed oils? And the reason is because more and more research, more and more studies are coming out that are showing that having not just a minimal amount of vitamin D in your system, but having an optimized level of vitamin D in your system actually reduces the risk of death from all causes, except, of course, things like trauma and accidents. But that is the unparalleled immune power of vitamin D, reducing all-cause mortality when we have optimal amounts of vitamin D in our system. Now, our bodies make vitamin D from the sun. The sun hits our skin, and our skin, especially when it's healthy skin, metabolizes into vitamin D. But given our lifestyle these days, a lot of people don't have high enough amounts of vitamin D because we don't live outside, spend as much time outside as we used to, especially if we don't live in the tropics where there's a lot of sunlight. And when we go outside and we're wearing clothes, and if we live in the northern climates, we're just not getting that much sun onto our skin to make abundant amounts of vitamin D. And particularly people who have dark skin don't make as much vitamin D if they're not living in the tropics where the sun is very strong. So most of us benefit from consuming extra vitamin D. Now, Vive is fabulous because it's so convenient. It is a micronized spray. So all it takes is 4 sprays into our mouth to get 10,000 international units of vitamin D. Micronized means that the particles are very, very small so that they can be well absorbed. And by spraying it into our mouth, it goes straight into our bloodstream through our mucous membranes, and it doesn't have to be metabolized by our digestive system. And so this delivery system of vitamin D is just really, really excellent. Let's get into vitamin D a little bit more. One of the wonderful things about this particular product, Vive of vitamin D, is that it is sourced, it is vegan. It is sourced from something called reindeer lichen. And reindeer lichen is actually a plant. It grows in very northern climates. But vegan sources of vitamin D are quite rare, and they're actually more expensive than most of the vitamin D, which is given to us from sheep's lanolin and things like that. But if you're a vegetarian or you're a vegan, then this source of vitamin D is for you. And also it just happens to be very, very high quality. It is a micronized spray. As I said, micronized means very, very small particles, which are more readily absorbed and therefore more beneficial to us. Vitamin D, as I said, is the ultimate immune support. It is important for muscle function. It's also really important for our bones. A lot of us remember that most milk in the United States is fortified with vitamin D because it builds, we hear it all the time, builds strong bones and teeth, right? Well, vitamin D was put in milk to help prevent the deficiency situations where kids, particularly who are malnourished, were getting soft, weak bones. So we need vitamin D for good bone strength. And finally, vitamin D also fights off all kinds of bacteria and viruses. So immune support from vitamin D. We can't get enough, most of us, just from the sun. Now, to the vitamin D, Rain has added all kinds of essential fatty acids. Vitamin E is one of those. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant in its own right. It also supports immune health, and it's really important for skin and vision health. And let's think for a moment. If we want our skin to make abundant vitamin D, then we need to make sure our skin itself is healthy. We need to make sure the skin, the cell membranes in our skin are in a situation to take that sunlight and help metabolize it into vitamin D. So the vitamin E is very important. Rain has also put in tomato seed oil. Tomato seed is a natural source of vitamin E. It's also antioxidant. It supports rebuilding of damaged cells, and it's rich in these fatty acids. Rain has also added sea buckthorn seed oil. Again, sea buckthorn seed oil is a rich source of vitamins A, C, and E, has valuable antiviral properties, and helps prevent infection. Now, one of the reasons that these seed oils are very valuable is because oils have kind of like a free pass when they go through our system. So oils can help carry other nutrients across cell membranes, across the blood-brain barrier. And so you've often heard the term liposomal. That's very common in the world of supplements today. And these naturally occurring oils are liposomal delivery systems. So they help the vitamin D get to where it needs to be in our body. So it's not just the extra benefit of having these antioxidants and these vitamins and these antiviral properties. It actually helps the vitamin D get to where it needs to go. Rain has also added organic citrus extract. If you look at your box of vitamin D, you'll see that the organic citrus extract was added as a natural preservative. Rain doesn't put any kinds of artificial preservatives into any of our products, but they scour the literature to find the best natural preservatives to help these products. And I forgot to say that Vive is our only product that Rain does recommend refrigerating after you open it. So it's shelf stable when it arrives to you, but you should refrigerate it after you open it. The citrus extract also fights oral bacteria. This is good because remember, Vive is a spray. And so we're putting it into our mouth, and that citrus extract helps fight oral bacteria. So from the get-go, in our mouths, we're already fighting bacteria and supporting our immune system. The citrus extract also is a good immune support, particularly in seasonal changes. So, going from fall to winters when a lot of people get sick, we know citrus has a lot of vitamin C, very, very valuable, and it adds a nice taste to our products. So ultimate immune support from vitamin D. Now, here's an interesting fact you may or may not know. Vitamin D is one of the things that you can't really feel making a difference in your body, like you can with a lot of things. We take Sol and we might notice more energy or less pain, or we sleep better, but we don't really usually notice the benefits of vitamin D, except in keeping ourselves healthy. But day to day, we don't necessarily notice those benefits. And it's hard to tell whether, just from how we feel, whether we have a really good optimal level of vitamin D or whether we have a low level of vitamin D unless we test. The good news is that the testing for vitamin D is not very expensive. You can ask your health practitioner to do it. There's a lot of direct labs that you can go to, and you can find out what your level of vitamin D is and if you should be supplementing with something like Vive. Most people will benefit from it. The other thing is that the normal range of vitamin D is very large. So you could be told that you're doing okay with your vitamin D and you have a very low level of it, which is not optimal. Remember, RAIN is in the business of helping us optimize our health, not just get by. So the way I like to think about this and the way we talk about it with people is we know in the United States school system, a normal range, a passing range of grades in school would be A, optimal, all the way down to D, passing grade. A, B, C, D, you're still passing. But I know as a parent, I would never have been happy if my children were coming home with D's all the time. I want them having optimal grades. And I, for myself and for people I talk with and the people that we help with our work, we want people to be living with optimal levels of vitamin D. So do you want to have a D, a passing level, or do you want to have an A? Think about it. And the last thing that I'll just say is a lot of astute customers and RAIN partners have asked me over time whether our product Vive has vitamin K in it, because there's a lot of information suggesting that vitamin K supports the absorption and the benefits of vitamin D. Vive does not have vitamin K in it, but guess what? Our product Bend has vitamin K in it. So this is just another example about how different ones of our RAIN products can synergistically support one another. You understand that vitamin K is good, get Bend. You'll get the benefits of joint, ligament, and tendon support, but you'll also get that vitamin K to help enhance the absorption and the benefits of the vitamin D. And then finally, we did talk about the fact that vitamin D is metabolized from sunlight through our skin. So all of these things that enhance the health of our skin are very, very important. And that's another area in which our other RAIN products support the benefits of this product called Vive. So that's what I have for you today. Back to you, Anne.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much. Hey guys, I promised you she was going to shed light, and she shed a lot of light on Vive 3 tonight. Thank you so much. I see some of the comments down below that people are actually, their minds are blown in terms of the benefits here. And so thank you very much. You know, guys, people go to bed every night praying for a health solution. And for some people, what you just heard tonight coming from Laura could just be that solution. And just as many people are going to bed at night praying for a financial solution. And that's what I love about what we have here at RAIN, is that we have a solution for both sides, for the health side as well as for the financial future, and taking care of our families and our communities and so forth, and doing great things in the world. So with that, I get the great pleasure of introducing the next segment, which is a very exciting segment to me, because leverage is what really freed me from working 60 to 80 hours a week in a 40-story office building. I used to think of myself as a corporate prisoner of a 40-story office building. And my husband had, 13 people working for him, and he certainly didn't know about leverage. I didn't know about leverage, and found this amazing model, called network marketing. And specifically here with RAIN, and the benefits of what they have here in this compensation plan is going to blow your mind as well. And there is no one better to talk about leverage than the gentleman who I've learned the most about leverage from, and that is my business team partner and dearest friend for many years, who is considered to be one of the most incredible trainers, mentors, coaches in the network marketing profession, having done this for thousands of people around the world. He's helped companies earn billions of dollars. And he's here at RAIN. We're here at RAIN, because of this great company and great compensation plan. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my business partner, Mr. Randy Gage. Randy, over to you.
Think and grow rich. one of the timeless books, of course, by the legendary Napoleon Hill. That's one of the books that I read every couple of years. Early on in my career, I used to read it every year. And of course, if you've read it, you know he keeps alluding to principles, and like one main principle that kind of keeps coming back in every chapter, and it's expressed in different ways. And so like when I first read that book, and I was really scuffling, right? When I got that book when I was like 20 years old and really scuffling. And that book was transformational for me, as it has been for millions more people. And one of the things that I find fascinating is when you read that book and you look at the case studies and you say, okay, what is the commonality of Henry Ford, Firestone, Carnegie, Edison? I mean, just think of the names that just here it's 100 years later almost, and every one of those names in this book is still a household name. Ford and Carnegie and Rockefeller and Einstein, right? And then, but what is the one thing you see that kind of woven through the successes of all those people? And it's this concept Ann mentioned of leverage. Leverage reminds me a lot of compounding. Of course, there's another chap we would know pretty well, a guy named Albert Einstein. And he used to talk about compound interest. And I want to, let me get my slideshow going on here. We'll go there, start from the start. Here we go. Okay, so here's something he said. He called it the eighth wonder of the world. He said, listen, people who understand it, earn it, and the people who don't understand it, they pay for it. They pay it. They pay it to someone else. I believe there's a very similar analogy to leverage, because with leverage, I think either you employ it or you work for someone who does. Now think back to Think and Grow Rich. Now let's go with all of the modern day people, whether we talk about Sir Richard Branson and Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Oprah, Jeff Bezos, who founded Amazon, J.K. Rowling, of course, who of the Harry Potter series. What do all of those titans of business and finance and success today have in common? What is woven through? Leverage. J.K. Rowling doesn't have to drive over to your house and write a book for you and sell it to you. She wrote one Harry Potter book and it sold 50 million copies. And then she wrote the next one and the next one. And whether Lady Gaga puts out a song, right? She doesn't have to come to your house and sing it. She puts it on iTunes and we all download it and pay 99 cents or $1.29 or some kind of a monthly plan to create leverage. And leverage allows us to escape trading hours for money. And this is a big thing, because as long as you're trapped in the trading hours for money trap, you have very limited options. Because even if you're highly paid, if you're a heart surgeon, if you're a vice president of a company, if you have what a lot of people would consider a really high lifestyle, an attorney, a doctor, a chiropractor, an accountant, but if you're still trading for hours for dollars, you've got a limited life. Whereas with leverage, we don't have any limits. And the RAIN compensation plan is the modern day manifestation of how an average person like me, like Ann, like Laura, like everybody you see in this room tonight, it's a chance for average people to do extraordinary things because we get to unleash the power of leverage. And I mean that for everyone in this room. And by the way, we're here. I'm in Zoom. I'm looking at some of you guys in Zoom. We are live streaming on Facebook. For you guys over there, I'm talking to you. We're live streaming in YouTube. I'm talking to y'all. And we're also live streaming in Español para mis amigos. Hablantes españole, welcome to all of you. So all of us, we all have this ability to unleash the power of leverage that used to only be available to ultra wealthy people. The exciting other element about RAIN is we're doing business, I think right now in 44 or 45 countries. Those countries are spread across 16 time zones. So right now, I'm doing this presentation with you guys here in North America. I have teams in Italy and Slovenia and England and other places in Philippines where they're asleep right now. But you know what? I'm still building volume, which is being spilled over into their organization while they're asleep. And then when I get done with this and I'm going to watch the highlights of the Olympics and then I'm going to go to bed. And you know what's going to happen when I go to bed? My teams over there in Europe and Asia, they are waking up and they will be earning me money while I sleep. This is real leverage when you start to talk about time zone leverage. So let's look at how leverage works. Imagine this. So with RAIN, obviously, we get paid through many levels of the compensation plan. So let's suppose you sponsored 2 people and you had taught them our system, our training. They each did the same thing. They sponsored 2. You see, we'd have 8 on the 3rd level of your team. They repeat the process. You'd have 16. And look at how this would go. After 8th levels, you'd have like more than 500 people. Look what happens if you did 3 people. And again, they model the behavior and they each did 3. You'd have almost 10,000 people in your team. Now look at it with 4 people. Look at it with 5 people. This is the difference of each person just doing a little bit, actually using the power of leverage. But take a look at this. The difference between 2 people and 3 people, 9,000 more people. Between 3 people, this is through 8 levels, right? 77,000. And the difference between 4 people and 5 people after 8 levels is 400,000 people. Now, of course, it doesn't work exactly this way. Some people do more, some people do less. But we want to share this with you just so you can see the power of leverage. When you can have a team, and it really does work this way. There are people in this room, whichever room you're in, I promise you there's people in this room with 800 people in their team, with 2,000 people in their team, with 20,000 people in their team. And they're getting override commissions on the volume produced of the products that get to those end consumers, those customers of all those people. So it's pretty amazing. This is the real difference in all of these, was just having one more person duplicated. Now, why RAIN is so special is because there's 9 different ways to earn with RAIN, and some of them are supercharged in terms of leverage. One of them is an element we call team commission. That's you at the top. You sponsor Mary on the left and Jason on the right. Let's go back to our analogy with 2 people and say they each sponsored 2. Those 2 each sponsor 2, and on and on. With RAIN, you build 2 sides. At the end of each week, because you get paid weekly with RAIN, they add up the volume on your 2 sides. One of them will do more, one of them will do less. You can earn approximately 10% of the volume in the lesser leg, up to $10,000 a week. And the delicious thing about the RAIN compensation plan is you can actually build out 3 different business centers. So you could actually, on just the team volume, be earning $30,000 a week. Here's another element of the plan that is just bringing sexy back in terms of leverage. Because what this generational matching bonus says is, hey, as you develop your team, people are going to work up the ranks, and they're going to start as a partner and then a senior partner, and then they're going to become a bronze executive. Well, there is an element of the plan, this generational matching bonus, where you will get an income percentage match of what your bronze executives earn for their team commission. So if you look at this example on the screen, you as the first bronze executive, all those people in blue, that's one bronze executive group that you get a matching bonus on. See the red people or burgundy kind of color? That would be the second bronze executive. So it's not 1 level, 2 level, it's generations, it's levels of bronze executives. So this can pay you very, very deep in your organization. Another element of the plan, there's actually 2 that are worth really looking at in terms of leverage, are the global advancement bonus. This is a 1% pool of total commissionable volume, the whole world, and you're going to get a percentage of your GV3 volume. What is GV3? Means group volume through 3 levels. So you see in that example there, if you have 3 personal people on your, that you've got, and they've got 7 or 8 on the next, and then there's 10 or 12 on the next, you get a percentage of that entire group volume. There's another pool just like this with 1.5% goes into the pool. And again, this is our diamond advancement pool, and everyone who qualifies at the diamond levels, they split that pool with the other people in it. And again, it's 1.5% of worldwide volume, and you get shares in that pool. So even if you don't have a team in Italy and you live in Malaysia, it still behooves you to work with the people in Italy, and behooves them to support you. We all support each other growing the company because it allows us to get this leverage. And this 1.5% pool for the diamonds, that's not through 3 levels, that's through 10 levels. So boys and girls, guys and gals, moms and dads, when we talk about leverage, the RAIN compensation plan is one of the most elegant ways to earn it. And as I mentioned, there's 9 different ways you earn. I didn't go through them all today. I just wanted to highlight a few of them that really focus on the leverage. But you see the customer bonuses that you earn, no matter what rank you are, you always make those because that's what the company is built on, are thousands of happy, satisfied, delighted customers who reorder every month. There's fast start commissions and matching commissions for the when you first start people out. The team commission we talked about. There's a partner and senior partner bonus to kind of help you earn some money when you first get started. You can make $100 and then another $200 bonus, so you can make $300 right away on, to just get you some money to get started. We have that executive pool that we talked about. We have the diamond matching pool. And then, of course, if you look, there's the generational matching bonus, and that's paid through 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different ranks participate in that. So guys, this is leverage is, to me, I'm going to say leverage is the ninth wonder of the world. And the exciting thing about RAIN is you get to leverage your dreams. And more importantly, you get to leverage those dreams as you help other people reach success. So that's one of the most powerful things about it. So I hope you'll really get back with the person who invited you if you're a guest, and they can explain any of the specifics you want to know about it. But the most important thing is just, hey, any average person can achieve leverage just like Mark Cuban or Lady Gaga or Oprah Winfrey with the RAIN compensation plan. Annie, I'll throw it back to you.
Thank you, Randy. I'm sitting here and I love when you talk about how delicious this plan is and how you talk about, the benefits of having a plan like this and giving people the financial security for their future. I was showing this to someone today who was looking at this going, there's something for somebody when they first start to help them build back their profit and to recoup their investment. There's something for the center as they're building out their business. There's something for the leadership. There's something for global. I mean, they were mind blown. So yes, I agree with you. This is a very powerful plan that answers the wishes of people going to bed at night praying for a solution. So thank you very much. So now another one of my favorite segments has to do with real people and the real stories that have been shared with us, not only here in North America, but around the world, with incredible stories of changes that have gone on for people in their lifestyle, in their business, in how their bodies are feeling, their vitality is back, all that good stuff. And so I'm going to kick it over to, we have Roberta, we have Cece, and we have Dr. Cynthia. If you would turn your cameras on so that we can go from one to the next. And we'll kick it off with Roberta. Roberta, over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Roberta. I'm going to tell you why I chose RAIN. On my last birthday, I got to turn 60, and I like to travel. I want to age gracefully, and I want to be healthier. Well, and also, one of the best things that happened in the past years, that I got the title called Booby, which is grandmother. And I live with my daughter and her family, and I need to have energy to keep up with these grandkids. And so I went on the search. I went searching for things, and then I got introduced to RAIN. And I had a checklist for RAIN. And guess what? RAIN checked off every box with the sound leadership, with a comp plan that benefits everyone, support, training, and tools that are easy to use. And of course, the amazing, amazing products that we have that everybody can use. And I'm just so happy that I've become a part of RAIN, because it has changed my life, and I know it will continue to change my life in a positive way, so I can continue to live my life fully. Thanks, RAIN. On to you, Cece.
Thank you, Roberta. I am Cece Mahone, and my professional background was in cosmetology, and I retired after 60 years from the childcare industry. I want to first thank Vendette Thomas, who is my dear friend, for introducing me to RAIN International. And I started in May taking the Soul, and I noticed results right away. Less pain in my legs, and I slept great. After about 6 weeks, I noticed that my skin had a sheen to it. I had always had dry skin all of my life. And at 78 years of age, I'm experiencing real nutrition from the inside out. And I absolutely love the Soul. I'm looking forward to the rest of the products, using all of them and sharing this opportunity and these products with everybody. At 78 years old, Soul has changed my life.
Well, thank you, Cyn. Thank you, Cece. 78 young. How wonderful. And to have you and Roberta here to share these great stories. And we have Dr. Cynthia and Jesus, if you could turn on Dr. Cynthia's camera. For some reason, it didn't go on when she tried to turn it on. She has a wonderful story also to share.
I'm trying. It tells me that I'm locked out. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
There we
Right.
go.
Here I am.
Hello
Huh?
there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Cynthia Kent, and I'm a neuropsychologist and a single mama to a little 7-year-old daughter that keeps me really busy. But on top of that, I have my own practice. So you can imagine hours and hours and hours of paperwork after I've been working during the day. So, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I breathe? How do I even take care of myself? So I just pull down that oxygen mask and just, that's how I think you get air through all this paperwork and time. And then a friend of mine introduced me to Rain. And not only did I start taking the products and was like, wowza, my life has changed. I felt more energetic, which could have been a bad thing because then I would put in more hours, right? But I'm like, no, no, no. There's a better side to this. And so he talked to me about the business side of Rain. And wow, now that has made a huge difference. Not only are my clients taking it, I have colleagues that are taking it and also starting to get into the business side of it. And it's seriously reduced my time or my need to be in the office as many hours as I have been, which reduces paperwork, which gets me to breathe the air, and I don't have to wear an oxygen mask anymore. So love it. And I've only been in it for a few months, and I'm just finding that my lifestyle is starting to get better, and I'm smiling a little bit more, and my daughter gets to see me a little bit more. Back to you, Ann.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cynthia. I remember you said a scientific term when we were talking about the products, and that was you felt like the
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
And coming from you with your background, and I'm just laughing every time I hear you. That it's just absolutely it's wonderful to see professional people, to see people of all different walks of life, younger, older, everybody's getting these wonderful benefits of the products, of the business opportunity, the lifestyle changes. That was also a really big thing. And I got to say thank you to all of you ladies for being with us tonight. And now we're going to turn it over to another spectacular leader who has done amazing things here with Rain, having been one of the founding people that started the whole business here, not only here in North America, but around the world. He's done an amazing job of bringing people in and training, teaching, launching countries. I mean, one after the other. And we get the benefits of working with all these wonderful people and all these pools that were created as a result of, again, my dear friend joining us this evening to talk about why Rain, why now, leadership. And I'm going to turn it over to Byron Belka. Byron, over to you.
Hey, thanks so much, Ann. And hello, Rain Nation. I'm excited to be here tonight for a couple of reasons. Now, if you're here for the first time, or maybe if you've been here for a while, you might be thinking, okay, this is another product and another company with another plan. Hopefully you don't feel that way anymore after what you've heard so far. And when I heard this for the first time, I remember there's a difference. I think it's important. There's a difference between a product and a category. Okay, there's a difference. And I remember when I first heard about this concept, seed nutrition, and they were talking about the black cumin seed, I thought to myself, okay, what's the black cumin seed? Which seed? And then it dawned on me, this isn't just a product. This is a category. And, documentation beats conversation every time. Documentation, and what I love facts and I love history because it's not my opinion. And if we look historically, those companies that have been able to grab in this space, a category, some of the first companies to focus on herbs, some of the first companies to focus on essential oils, pills and capsules, they all have a few things in common. Okay? One thing they have in common is they have helped millions and millions of people with their products. Okay? Another thing they have in common is they've done billions of dollars in sales. And when there's a leveraged opportunity, they've been able to help create changes in so many people's lifestyle from the things that you heard tonight. And this is an industry that evolves. It's not the same 20 years ago as it is today, as you can see with what we're sharing. So when I heard that that concept of seed, I thought, this isn't a product. This is a category you need to have. And I wanted that unique selling proposition. What is my USP? Am I going to have to go out there and talk about, you have this much vitamin C in your product? Well, we have this much vitamin C in our product, and my dad can beat up your dad. You know that even if there's an ingredient in a product, it doesn't mean that it's alive. There could be 1,000 milligrams of one thing in one product and the same ingredient in another product with 500. But if the 1,000 milligrams of, let's say, a vitamin C, if 90% of it is dead, it doesn't matter. See, we need a product that is real, that adds value, and that is unique. Because I want you to think about this. What if you were the only one? All of us have had to put food on the table. Okay. What if you're the only one in your business, or what you did before maybe you found leverage this way? What did you do to survive? Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. What if you were one of the only companies that was doing that? Would that be an opportunity? Would you have a kind of a unique scenario if you were doing something the rest of the world didn't know about yet? Absolutely. And so when I saw this, and I heard seed nutrition, and I hadn't heard of another company taking it to the level of what Rain was going to do, it's all about stories, storytelling. It needs to be real, but we love to hear those results like we did tonight. We love to hear that things are happening. Now, when I joined this industry years ago and was mentored, my mentor taught me how to open up cities, states, and countries. That's what he did. He said, Byron, this is how I focus. It was a big skincare company. He's like, I don't do half facials. You know what I do? I open up cities, states, and countries, and I can teach you how to do that. And that's what I did. In that first company, I moved overseas and I helped open up 11 different countries, and it changed my life. Now, the beauty of where Rain is we're already in so many markets that somebody joins us right now. And guess what? You can do business in a foreign country tomorrow, and the next day in another country. If you wanted to start a window washing business and go to another state, it would cost you more than to team up with Rain, because we've already spent the tens of millions of dollars to build the infrastructure. We've already done that. So when you're looking at all of these things, and I know we get bombarded with things in the marketplace and online, teaming up with Rain, guess what? You've basically taken all of these roadblocks and these borders and these things that could slow you down, and it's gone. Okay. And now it's just, what are you going to do? And I loved that. I loved that concept. So when I joined this business, I focused a lot more on the business side. I loved the concept of seed nutrition. I loved the uniqueness of it, but I come from Utah, and in Utah, there's new companies that start every day. And do you want to know what new companies say and old companies say that they shouldn't? That it's going to fix this, that it's going to cure this. We're not here to diagnose, prescribe, treat, or cure any disease. I believe that the body is the miracle. You give the body what it needs, it'll do what it needs to do. It's the miracle. We just need to feed it. We need to give it the buffet. There are hundreds of chemical compounds in a seed, hundreds. And so let's give the body the buffet and let the body do what it's going to do. But since I grew up in this environment where everybody said that their product was going to do this or do that, I never wanted to be that person that was going to say, hey, it could probably help you here or do that, and then have to backpedal and say, well, if someone said, hey, it didn't work, or I didn't want to have to say, well, did you take enough? Are you doing it at the right time? I didn't want to have to do that. So I would tell people, just kind of like I do even today, these are products that have awesome benefits, and I know that they can only add value to the cells of your body. And then I focused on building the business. That's what I did. But I have to tell you, I hit the top level of my first company when I was 28 years old. And like I said, I was overseas, different markets, different cultures. But here's what I noticed dealing with seed nutrition and Rain. Within 3 months of me dealing with seed nutrition, and we only had Soul at the very beginning, 3 months, I had more testimonials, more positive experiences in 3 months than I had seen in anything that I had ever done or been a part of. And I knew it wasn't placebo because I wasn't telling them to watch for this or to pay attention to that. I wasn't giving them any claims, okay, which we're not supposed to anyway. We're here to support and give the body what it needs. And that's when I really got passionate, because when we have the story, when we have a category that doesn't put us in a corner, okay, that doesn't make us so that we've painted ourselves in a corner. If a company is saying they're all about one thing, and then they come out with something else that's not about that one thing, what happens to the culture? What can't we do with seeds? What can't we do? We can expand this category for generations. Guys, I am excited because of that aspect right there. I'm like, this is something that is more than just unique. Okay, this is something that's truly amazing. And as we look at where we're at in the situation today, when the world needs what we have more than ever before, and we have this thing that we can be confident in, guys, I don't care if I'm in a room of 500 people, 1,000 people, or 3 people. Before, I would have never done a presentation ever. And in that presentation, without having it kind of set up already or know already that I have somebody that has seen some success with the product, I would never say, has anybody in this room have a positive experience on the product? I wouldn't have done it because I didn't know if somebody was going to raise their hand. I can be in a room with 5 people and I'm not afraid to ask. I can be in a room with, it doesn't matter. Seed nutrition is the source of nutrition. You go to the source. If you were going to drink out of, a water supply, would you rather drink at the spring at the top of the mountain or out of the lake at the bottom in the valley? Where do you think the opportunity is for it to be more pure and clean? The source. You go to the source. That's what we're doing at Rain. That's exactly what we're doing with seed nutrition. This right here is powerful. So now you've heard all these things that we have. The question is, as a leader, what are you going to do about it? Because the comp plan is the same for everyone. The products are the same for everyone. The number one and the only differentiator is, what are you going to do? How big are your dreams? Now, here's what I want you to understand. I think that more people get discouraged because they make it seem like it's too easy than just being upfront and realizing, hey, do you have big dreams? If you have big dreams and you have efforts, your efforts have to match your expectations. They have to be in line. So many times I think in this industry, we think that here's my expectation. I want to see this kind of result, but this is what I'm doing. And the same thing with our dreams. Your dreams, how big are they? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when I decided to hit and do this in Rain, as for years, I was on the road for 120 to 150 days a year. Every month I was on the road, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Because guess what? When I'm staring somebody in the eye, when I'm looking at people in a room, when I'm following up every 4 to 6 weeks, magic happens. And so that's exactly what I did. My dreams were big, but guess what has to also match your dreams? And this is something that we don't always want to hear. Sometimes our struggles are going to match our dreams, but the rewards match the struggles. All right. Those victories match the struggles. Your dreams, okay, the things that you need to overcome, which are opportunities, usually it's growth. And the victories need to be in line. And if they are, the sky is the limit. What can't we do with seed nutrition? So it's up to us to lead. People want to know you believe in what you're doing. They want to follow somebody who knows where they're going. And what I love about what we have here, we know exactly what we have. So if you're hearing this for the first time, those are some things that I've learned in the past. Those are some things that you can take right now and remember. Sometimes it's all about remembering what we have and how powerful seed nutrition is. And this isn't like another supplement. This isn't another company you've heard about. There's so much noise. Sometimes it's hard to see through all of the fog and the mist and the smoke. We have something unique. We have something that flat out works, and we have something that's changing people's lives. And I'm just excited that you know, we can be a solution for so many people out there with what we have. And I just appreciate all of you for taking the time to learn tonight or to learn a little bit more about RAIN. And Ann, I'll turn it back over to you.
Byron, I'm sitting here vibrating in my chair. Okay. I mean, you have just pulled it all together, put a beautiful bow on it. And we're sitting here saying to ourselves, come on, if your dreams are there, how big are they? And how big are your efforts? And how big can this be for each and every one of us? It's just mind blowing what you described tonight, what Randy has shared about the leverage, what Laura has shared tonight about the product. Guys, I am so proud of the ladies that came on and talked about their stories and shared their insights. This is a really amazing opportunity. And if you're here tonight for the very first time, I say welcome. Okay, get back to the person who invited you here, get your questions answered, and lock in your spot. Okay, that's all I can say to you about that, because I'll tell you something, we build this business week to week to week. We have these events week to week to week. We have a Saturday event. We're doing a presentation. You're more than welcome to come, bring people to that. We've got lots of things happening. We've got training, support, community, everything that people need. Okay, so if you're here as an associate, I say welcome, close out the week strong, make this your week of determination. Today's you're going to plant your flag, you're going to make things happen. So guys, thank you once again for every one of you. I am so excited. I'm vibrating in my chair. I'll never get to bed tonight. Thank you all. Have a great week ahead. Bye for now.
Return to the Mac, get 'em what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy up. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Grown music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back question. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Now, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah. I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
And we go back,